Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn about operating system. You must have heard Windows, Mac operating system, Linux. What are these? These are examples of operating systems. So first let us see what is it. There are two type of program. One is system program that manages the system and another is application program. For example, Microsoft Office Suite, that is application program that is used by the user directly. Operating system is a system program, that means it manages the system. It is interface. What does interface mean? Interface means in between. So interface, it is an interface between the user who is using the computer and the hardware. So we do not directly, interact with the CPU or memory. So there is an interface, that is operating system, through which the user interact with the hardware. So what is the definition? Operating system can be defined as a program. This is a program. It is an interface between the user and the hardware, and it controls execution of all kinds of program. So you can see the diagram here. This is the hardware, this is the user, and this is an interface between them. Now, what are different services that are provided by operating system? First is program execution. So when a user uses a computer, it wants to run some program. So operating system load it into the memory. It execute that program. It works with process synchronization. Like if there are two processes running together, so they should synchronize with each other. They should communicate with each other. There should not be any deadlock situation. So operating system take care of all those things. Second is input-output operation. When a user interacts with computer, it gives input using input devices like keyboard, mouse, gets output output from devices like monitor. So operating system manage the communication. It tells you whether you can read from that input or output device or write onto there. It also provides access to the devices that we want. So third is file system manipulation. Now, what is a file? You must have created a new file or a new folder. So file is collection of related information. File is a collection of related information. Now our files are stored on a disk or like storage media like magnetic tape, magnetic disk, optical disk, CD, DVD. So when we work on a computer, sometimes we want to open a file, save a file, delete a file, modify a file. So operating system provides environment to do so. It gives us the permission whether we can read only, write only, or we cannot. It also helps us to delete files, create file, creating the backup, all these things. The fourth is communication. Distributed system. What is distributed system? Systems that do not share the common memory, that do not share the common devices. So that group of system is known as distributed system. But they need to talk to each other, they want to communicate to each other. So either they have shared memory or they pass the message to each other. So who controls that? Operating system. Error detection. Many a time error occurs when a user uses the computer. So operating system checks for it and take appropriate action. Next task of our operating system is resource management. So it controls all kind of resources, whether the resources we can see like mouse, keyboard, or resources that we cannot see, CPU, main memory, drive memory, all these things. Also, it has scheduling algorithms like which one will go first, which process will go first for better utilization of CPU. Next is protection. What is protection? It is a mechanism for controlling the access of program, processes, or user to the resources. So resources, they can be any resource that we can see, that we cannot see, like mouse, keyboard, memory, and everything. So these resources required by the program, processes, or the users. So who protect them? Operating system protect them. They protect them from invalid access attempts. They provide the functionality of passwords to protect them. So these are the 7 services or functionalities of operating system. Program execution, executing it, loading it, input output operation, whether we can read, write, file system to delete the file, create a file, communication in distributed system, they need to communicate with each other. Error detection, detecting it and correcting it. Resource allocation, which process will use which resource so that CPU works effectively. Protection against the access, protection of the devices from the users, from the program and the processes. So operating system do all these functionalities. In the next video, we are going to see different type of operating system. There are 6 type of operating system and we are going to discuss in the next video. So we will meet in that. Till then, read what we have studied. Just go through it once so that it's clear in your mind. Bye-bye. Take care.